Welcome everybody back to your coverage of the defense. We have YouBoat going up against Naturel 9, the boys from Sweden, hence the name YouBoat. Can it really be related? They can be related. Going up against the Naturel 9, they are gamblers, they are from down under, they're Australian, they're shady, and they're also pretty freaking awesome. They're good mates of mine. Let's welcome into the game! For the defense, of course, the defense, we're going to give a big thanks to Own3TV for putting up all the money for this and for Razor for supporting the event as well. Let's give ourselves some in-game sound. The trickling of the river, the chirping of the birds, the killing of the Roshan. YouBoat will be playing the Radiant side today, so we'll have Bonanza, Sierra. Wow, good classic game company. Waga, Fishbone, and Wall Eater will be in their lineup. Risk actually being the captain of the Dire. Cynical, Musica, Snoopy, and Shaitan will be playing as well. A lot of people will remember Musica as one of the very, very... well done, Snoopy. One of you will remember Musica from XTC. XTC, I think was the team, in Singapore. It's in a crap load more teams than that. But that's the one I always remember him from in the original days. And then also in M-City with Shaitan. Snoopy was, for a very, very short time, part of M-City, but he decided to, well, not turn up one day and then didn't go for a travel and blah, 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 blah. And Risk was always just sitting on the edge of, like, I'm in, I'm out, I'm in, I'm out. And it was like Tony and Escobar, who were the other two that made it up. But they have had a bit of a roster change around. And we now have this lineup. Surprising also that we don't see Gods playing today. Gods is actually a member of the Naturel 9 as well as a member of Joy. But he won't be appearing for this one. It looks like we also lost a player here from YouBoat, so we might have to have him reconnect back in just a couple of moments. In the meantime, I'm also being spammed up. Holy Master saying I'm not allowed to sing. The game is starting. It's not my fault. It's Holy Master's fault. I didn't do anything. I'm innocent. I swear, I'm innocent. Okay, let's have a look at that bands. Anti-Mage is banned out. Yay! No stupid high carry. Great, that's the end of the game. Yeah, so Anti-Mage being removed. The Dire. And it's your turn, Risk. It is not rocket science. Lich is being removed. So it looks like they actually want to get some form of farm on their carry. and go tri-lane versus tri-lane. Remove out that Lich. And try and, like, lock the horns together. So we also have a couple more bands, obviously, if you're new to the world of Dota 2. Welcome! Welcome. It's great to have you here. I know we had a lot of people from League of Legends tuning in. I think a lot of people from OPSL are also tuning in, because I think we're actually still up on the main page of Cyber Arena TV. Well, not the main page, on the page for the Stars Tournament qualifications. Yeah, that works. So we're still on that page. So shout out to everyone who's actually tuning in who doesn't normally tune in. It's great to actually have you here. If you're wondering what the hell's going on with the whole singing thing, I'll explain at some other point. Night Stalker and Broodmother have been taken out. Radiant instantly taking up Ancient Apparition. Surprisingly first pick, AA. Like, when you've got all the heroes in the world, you can actually pick and you go with Ancient Apparition. When Prophet is still in the mix, he gets past the ban pool again, taking out a lot of the hard carry, the annoying pushes. We might even get to the point where you have to expand the ban pool off a little bit to actually be back to the old thing of 3-2. Would be good. Would be good. We might have to actually start doing that sometime soon. Something to mention to Ice a little bit later. Yeah, so the Dire, they've got 2 picks to come up. Probably thinking right now, do we actually go Prophet? Do we try and go push and we just like go Chen and Prophet? The Vengeful Spirit's going to be the first one, which makes me think Enigma might be coming up a little bit later. And then Windrunner as well. So they go on the side lane as well as support heroes. Are we going to see Team Global? If we see Spectre and Prophet being picked up right now, Team Global is announced. Anyone who has a global ability or presence can class into Team Global. At this point, we're in Team Stun for the Dire. Vengeful Spirit, of course, has that beautiful stun earlier on the piece. And Windrunner, well, she's just a sexy redhead, but she also has a lot of abilities. Those shackle shots. We saw it in the game the other night, eHome versus TEG. In that game where we saw TEG, spoiler alert, beat eHome, because there was basically one fight in the top lane in my mind which turned it around, and it was from 3 shackle shots from the Windrunner. It was pretty awesome. Enigma being picked up by YouBoat after Vengeful Spirit's already in the pool. Now, the reason why I was expecting Dire to actually pick up Enigma is because Vengeful Spirit can swap Enigma if he goes in the black hole. So if Enigma doesn't catch out the VS, even with BKB, you are going to get interrupted. It's a channeling spell, and you will be pulled across to the side. Your position will change. You will no longer be in the black hole. You can no longer actually channel the black hole, and that is where you end up in the world. So Enigma, surprising pickup for the Radiant. And then Crystal Maiden. So a lot of mana-intensive heroes coming up for the Radiant. And the Dire, if they want to, and really should, grab the Prophet. Where is the Prophet? The Prophet, man! Son of a giddy yarn. Beastmaster is picked up. So Beastmaster will be going up against Ancient Apparition, more than likely in the mid. Considering AA was the first pick, already made me think that, but considering Enigma as well as Crystal Maiden are in the lineup, if Enigma goes neutrals, then Ancient Apparition will possibly run support. More than likely, AA will run the solo mid. Just a couple more heroes. So Radiant might be looking at Mirana. Dire will probably want to ban her out. You look for those mana-intensive agi carries. Mirana is definitely one of them. Unless the Dire want to pick Mirana up straight away, which I highly doubt they're going to. They've already got their mid solo. They've already got their side lane. And at this point, they're looking for a big hard carry. And I'm looking at Faceless Void, possibly, or some other things. And there's that Spectre ban. So Spectre was able to actually also fit. It's still possible for Team Global, because Crystal Maiden has that global aura. So Team Global is still a possibility. One more ban from either side. There's our Prophet ban. I would like be dumbfounded if both teams didn't ban out Prophet. I'm surprised the Radiant actually banned out Prophet themselves. They knew Dire had first pick, so I suppose in that respect, Dire didn't really have the pressure on them to actually ban him. They had pressure on them to actually ban the other big hard carries. At this point, we might look at, well, it's got to be Void. The big hard carry here is Void. Weaver, Anti-Mage, Spectre is already taken out. Same with Night Stalker. As far as what the Radiant need, it's those big carries. It's the big side heroes. Maybe even Puck. Puck is more than likely going to be their side solo, considering they have mana-intensive heroes with the CM Aura. So I'd actually look to see Puck being banned out by the Dire, and that'll remove their side lane solo and force Enigma to actually do that. Enigma's not really that massively adept at being the side lane solo, and they ban out Void instead. So they want to remove out the high carry. They don't want to win on the side solo lane. They can actually do that anyway if you put Windrunner up against Puck. In my mind, Puck, well, actually, in the last couple of games, Puck has always come out on top. Yeah, so many hard carries gone. I do enjoy the fact that so many hard carries are gone. It makes it for a more enjoyable game. More blood being spilt. More action. More pressure on the teams. Tidehunter. Enigma side solo. Enigma side solo now that Tidehunter is in the mix. So Tide and CM are going to be our supports. Enigma's going to go side solo. Ancient Apparition will be mid solo. And we need one more hard carry for the Radiant. Dire actually picked up Dro Ranger, which I'm happy about. Nothing like adding some silences in. Add the silence to the Tidehunter when he wants to pop off that big ultimate. Same with Enigma, and Radiant cap off with Dwarven Sniper of all heroes. So Dwarven Sniper, it's good range. I don't know if he's going to have enough damage to actually kill. That's going to be my biggest trouble. Dwarven Sniper takes a lot of farm, so they're going to have to support him very, very hard on that bottom lane. Unless they run the tri-lane on top, but I doubt they're going to do that when you've got Tidehunter as well as Crystal Maiden. But now that I've said that, they're going to do that. But Dro Ranger does come up. Really thought they should have gone Puck or something. Run Puck side solo. Enigma can neutrals and support Dwarven Sniper on the bottom lane. Then they can push the towers out from there. So one more hero for the Dire. At this point, all they want is a support. They're just wondering who they can pick up. I'm actually going to recommend Lina of all heroes. You've already got your setup stuns for it. You got a good AoE stun if you need it. And it's good burst damage. Same with Lion. Lion wouldn't be a bad choice. That way you do get your Hex, you get your stun, you get your finger, you get everything else you actually need. Or they can possibly also run SK. So Skeleton King is a support hero. which he has been done beforehand. It's just generally people prefer him as a big carry hero. But he can actually go both ways. Either that or who else do we actually want? Alchemist I would love at this point. But he's not an option. We got one more hero to pick, so 27 seconds to go. What support do they want?
Enchantress.
Enchantress? I'm just going to dwell on this for a moment. Okay, I've dwelled. I like it. I like it. Enchantress is one of these heroes that is just one hell of a damage deal later on. Good heal as well, so if Dwarven Sniper is looking to assassinate somebody, you can pop that off. You can deal with good harassment from it. And then you can also convert some creeps to your cause. Push down the lanes pretty nicely. So let's check out who's playing what. Risk will be playing outside solo Windrunner. Shatan playing hard carry. No surprise there. Cynical will be heading down towards the bottom lane as Enchantress. Snoopy, the Vengeful Spirit support hero as always. And Music are playing the mid solo as always. Jerry likes to play Queen of Pain, but this time around he'll be playing as the Beastmaster. 4 of them heading down south. More than likely, I think Cynical might even hang around inside the Sentinel neutrals if they don't actually run the tri-lane on bot. And that could be an option as well. We throw Risk into the middle lane, and I am saying throw Windrunner into the middle lane, and then have VS, Enchantress, and Beastmaster harass the living crap out of bot as well as the neutrals. Could be a good option for them. And while Shatan just free farms up on the top lane, they'll try and deal with what's happening on the bottom. Wargo will be playing as our Ancient Apparition solo mid down towards our bottom lane. Sierra, well, we got no HP buzz, so we'll have our quick pause. F9 does it. It's like the Natural 9 guys know what to do. Sierra will be playing as the Tide Hunter. Warleader playing the Dwarven Sniper. Bonds will be playing as the Crystal Maiden. Still back at base as the Enigma. Hasn't brought up any items just yet, but that'll be Fishbone. And he'll be going solo top. I really hope they keep this tri-lane on the bottom, and it's not just here for a gank. 4 heroes coming down towards the bottom lane can happen just for a gank. I really, really do hope that's not the case. And now also with the ward, they can't pull. Which means, actually, because they can't pull, it might be possible that we won't have the tri-lane on bottom and Enchantress won't stay here inside the neutrals. Because that pull's not a bad thing when you're trying to gank on that bottom lane or you want to keep pressure on that bottom lane. If they pull, then your creep wave... Well, I can't draw on the map during... Your creep wave will push down this lane, down to the tower, and when the creep wave's around the tower, then you can actually push on the tower. And also gank past the tower down inside here where we got the little smiley face U shape in the trees. So it probably wouldn't be a bad option for them. And judging by Enchantress, doesn't take a lot of mana. It really doesn't take a lot of mana to do what she needs to do. That's actually the really, really awesome thing about her abilities. Doesn't take a lot of mana, apart from a heal. That's kind of a pain in the ass for mana. But to actually... Oh, you sons of... Turning the game sound off. For all the guys who are pinging across the map. You know what's going to be happening. Yeah. Actually, the HP bars for douche players saying it's a problem when you actually alt-tab the game. I actually had the same issue when I was not tabbing the game. It's actually just something which is missing when you launch up Dota 2. It just doesn't seem to work because I didn't use tab. I don't use a full screen game. I go borderless window full screen with the resolution. So it doesn't actually lock the screen in place. It's the best way of ever playing Dota. Because while I'm here, I guess like, oh, hang on, no, I want to load up a window. And where would I go? I'm going to go join Dota. Hell yeah, man. I hear there's like a game on at this point. Hell yeah, give me a game, man. Give me a game. Yeah, so you can basically just do that while the game is still up. And it's all in full screen. This is a full-size screen, and it's been taken up by Dota 2. It's actually a really awesome kind of feature which they have, which I'm happy about because it's just awesome. Oh, wow, people actually started up the Actually thread again. Thanks, guys. Thanks. So the reconnections, I think everybody is back in again. Apart from Enigma, who was the guy who had the issues the first time. He's actually still a base, trying to deal with these many issues. Okay, so K working from YouBoat. Woo! Yeah, yo! Just a reminder too, there's another 2 games happening today. It has been one hell of a long day. We've been casting for 8 hours straight now. And that is actually straight. There's been basically no break in it whatsoever. To the point where games actually overlapped. We still managed to cast both of them. But yeah, so we've got 2 more matches coming up tonight. EMC versus Panzer will be coming up next. So Emo Core versus the boys from Germany. And then we'll also have Problem, which is Melk's new team, going up against the Americans, GDT. And the Americans, it's a must-win game for them. They will find themselves knocked out of the competition if they do not. Or at least out of the top 3 of the group stages. So now the Foghorn S out of the creep wave has spawned. And everyone will have themselves a bit of a party. Top rune does get a U-boat, so our first rune of the game does become an illusion one. Oh, it is an illusion one, which makes Tidehunter become 3. And he'll just have a bit of a walk up. Leaving that illusion, oh, that's a pain in the ass. Snoopy's going to be pissed off about him. Such a simple thing. But moving an illusion up into this creep camp, if you see this creep camp at the 30-second mark, it doesn't spawn. So you're like, oh, okay, well, I was going to do a double pull, man. Like, thanks, man. Just thanks. And now setting another one up to ensure that it also doesn't convert up. Next one, so he really needs to kill it off, and even then just dropping the ward. So the ward is dropped, so we can't pull it anyway. It's the real one who dropped the ward in from behind. Vengeful Spirit wanting to initiate on the top, or at least try and push this Enigma back. I don't want Enigma feeling comfortable on that top lane. If that happens, then, well, Enigma will just keep on denying, he'll keep on harassing, and YouBoat will gain that advantage on the top lane against the Dro Ranger. Even just see it right now. What do we got for Dro Ranger? Dro Ranger at 2 for 1, and Enigma's at 3 for 1, which is basically 3 for 3 right now. Because of the conversions every single time you create them out of your own creeps. And acts as a deny. 2 Centaurs. I don't think Cynical could have got even luckier than that to actually pick up 2 Centaurs. They'll look for a mid gank. They're already smoked up. So when we go, Beastmaster not close enough, and then gets revealed. The smoke was wearing off. He had to make a move. And then the idea was just unlucky. At the middle lane, Ancient Apparition was just a little bit further back. As far as wars go, we've got 2 on the bottom. 1 from either side. Watching that bottom rune, Enchantress now comes up for farm. Grab one of the Furball, one of the Ursa Warriors. The only downside about actually running Enchantress as opposed to Chen is that Enchantress creeps actually die pretty fast, especially when she's only level 1 on that ability. So it does mean that you kind of keep on losing creeps and you have to keep on creating more creeps. And because of that, you actually don't get the farm from getting those creeps. So it makes life a little bit more difficult for you. On the bright side, it also makes your creep transitioning just that little bit better, because you grab the big ones, you can kill the small ones a little bit faster, and then just move from creep camp to creep camp to creep camp. So you see now only the Ursa is left. And then rotates down, she'll grab the Wilkin, kill the 2 small ones, and then just keep rotating down. So your creep transition is a lot faster, but it's not as, the word I am searching for, Musica. Trouble. Needs a Frostbite. Is there a Frostbite? No, there is not. He put it on 1 level of the aura. Maybe there is. The Frost Feet was enough. Musica currently on the retreat, going back to the secret shop. Ancient Apparition is on the chase. 1 ball pops up, and Ancient Apparition can't keep up the speed. I think we just saw 3 Novas fly out from Crystal Maiden, trying to slow down the Beastmaster, but Beastmaster now wants to turn around and have some fun of his own. That board's got to keep the slow on. If he does, Musica with a couple of hits could kill off the CM. There's 1 hit, 2 hit, axes, Musica, axes, throw, axes, thank you. 20 HP, popping a salve, but it's not going to be enough, and it's the first blood for Musica.
First blood.
In fact, Beastmaster just said that in some gay retarded tone. Now going to go for the mid. If he catches up and gets 1 last hit in here, it might be enough with the axes. Nah, it's not enough, actually. He's got too many stats. Axes will fly. He's going to dive it. And he gets it. Musica gets 2. He loves that mid solo. And he got 2 kills, which means now, with 1 more creep that dies near him, he will actually hit level 6, and he's going to get a regen rune on top. Regen rune, bottle charges galore. Life is hunky-dory, man. So down, let's check it out. CS scores Musica with the 12 for 1. The 2 kills more than makes up for the lack of farm. As opposed to the Enigma, who's 20 for 5. Shatan with 13 for 3, so I suppose it's not that bad. Magic Missile stun, Furborg. Oh, it's kills galore. Snoopy gets the last hit with the Furborg's blast. Musica heading down towards the bottom lane. They did see him coming. Or did they? No, they didn't actually. Just the ping going, I want to kill bottom. Or maybe it was because Waga was missing him. So in the meantime, the only reason I'm getting distracted is because people are complaining about lag. I'm just checking all the settings, all the stats, and also the live stream itself. And there is actually no lag. There's a little bit of frame rate loss, but it's not to the point where you can't see the game, or to the point where it actually just starts to piss you off.
Are you even trying?
And I'm actually watching my stream from the Joined at a website as well, so it makes no difference where you watch it from. Waga. Wanting to harass Musica back a little bit with those boots. He's easily able to run away. Still hasn't even popped off that regen rune.
Regeneration.
Pops it looking for the next one. And it's not top, it's bottom. It's the Invis. So Invis rune for a level 6 Beastmaster. Gotta look for these kills. Also gonna make the most of this when he's leaving these lanes. Ancient Apparitions caught back up with the levels, and it's probably caught back up with the farm. 20 for 1, and then you got 19 for 1. So taking these times out to jump out of the lanes is not always the best move. Beastmaster Raw, VS will follow through with the stun. Was not really expecting Tyler to be here. Axes have already flown. Beastmaster taking up that tower way too much. He will die. Yes, he will. It was split. Snoopy wants the last hit on the Ancient Apparition. He's not going to get it. Just a Magic Missile stun onto the Tide. And AA, after popping off a couple of bottle charges, as well as that salve, is looking better again. And Invis is taken by the Crystal Maiden, so YouBoat might look to initiate on Risk on the bottom lane. So one thing we haven't really seen is Risk getting himself in a little bit of trouble. Generally does happen when you have a Windrunner or a solo on bot against Dwarven Sniper. Suppose you won't really care much if Dwarven Sniper's getting farmed, 36 for 8, and you're looking at Risk at 25 for 4, actually. That's really impressive for a side lane solo who can have a CM harass him at any time. CM's Invis will wear off in about 10 seconds time. So it's all about if Risk wants to try and go down a little bit further. Going inside the trees, you won't really care about that, but CM's Invis is now about to wear off. AA ulti flying down low. Lock him in place, and Risk just out of range of the AA ulti. Need to be a little bit more predictive about that. So Risk has to live to fight another day. In the meantime, Shatan getting more farm up on the top. And really, farm on Enigma is good. Farm on a Drow Ranger is better. Already up at level 7, so you got the plus 15 agility for every single ulti level you go up. So it's like giving Drow Ranger 1,500 gold every time.
Double damage.
Beastmaster's rolling down. Double damage has already been picked up by CM. So they should really harass him down. In the meantime, Vengeful Spirit actually kills Enigma on the top lane. AA ulti misses again. Musica does have the effect on him, and he does get cold feeded up. Lets out the roar. No, far enough. Crystal Maiden with one last hit with the DD is enough. And that AA ulti's really got to start to hit soon. And now the tier 1 tower's being pushed on the top. Cynical has lost her entire creep army. She can convert one of these little guys coming up. Probably will do so. Maybe not. Hold on to the spell. Kill off the top tier 1 tower. And Drow Ranger Shatan gets it. About 200 gold away from completing up a Yasha. So a 9-minute Yasha on top of already a Drow Ranger. And a Drow Ranger doesn't require a lot of farm. Halotera just flying down towards the secret shop. ALT will hit on the top lane, but there's no one to really follow it. It's just more of a hindrance to Shaitan. For the guys asking me to do something, there is nothing I can do. The stream from here is